We're going to just do a general practice today, sort of quite strong, working into the whole body. So I want you to start off by coming into child's pose. So you can make it as dynamic or as active as you want. You can bring the knees out wide if you want to sink the chest towards the ground. If you bring the knees together, that's quite nice for the spine. And just come to your breath and maybe sigh out the first 2 or 3 exhales. And just bring your attention to the breath for a few moments. And as you breathe in, just feel the ribs expand. Feel the breath in the back of the body as well. Breathing all the way out. Just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Just being aware of your body, your mind. No judgment, just acceptance. And I want you on the next exhale to slowly walk the hands to the right side of the mat. And see if you can draw that left hip down towards the feet, just to bring a nice stretch. You can take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and breathe deeper into the stretch. It's your choice. And if your mind wanders or drifts, just slowly bring it back to the breath as many times as you need. And I want you to slowly lift yourself up. So we're still in our side child's pose. And just stretch into the arms, stretch into the shoulders, and just have a little play around with different movements. And I want you to lift the bum up. And I want you to take that left leg out straight behind you. And inhale as you lift that left hand off the mat. So we're just coming into a nice little twist over to the left. And what I want you to do next is to just fan that right leg out slightly for more stability. And then we're going to have a go at working into the abs, into the obliques. So I want you to lift that left leg and release. Lift and release. So just take a few more. Your own time. What I want you to do next is lift, flex that foot nice and big. Remember to keep that right shoulder nice and strong as well. Bend the left knee, and if you want, you can take hold of the left foot with the left hand and inhale as you lift and press. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, slowly release. Bring that leg back out. And I want you to take the arm up and over. So reach the left fingers towards the upper part of the body. So a nice stretch. And exhale to release. Bring the hand back and come back into your side stretch. And just take a few moments. Notice how it's feeling. And slowly walking back to center. And this time, we're going to walk the hands over to the left. You could take hold of that right wrist with the left hand and breathe into that right side stretch. And just slowly release the hands and lift the chest off slightly, stretching into the arms and reaching the fingers forward. And when you're ready, just lift the bum up. So you're coming into your side little pose. Take that right leg out this time. And we're going to lift that right hand off the mat for a nice little stretch. So remember to stabilize that left shoulder so it's nice and strong. Nice. Now I want you to slowly just fan out that left leg slightly to give you more support. And we're going to work into the obliques again. So lifting that right leg off the mat. A few times. So breathing into the core. Just take a couple more, lift that foot, flex it nice and spread out, bend the right knee, and you can take hold of the right foot this time in the right hand, and just press in, breathe. And exhale to release, and slowly come back to the mat, into your side child's pose. So just breathe here for a couple of moments. And then let's slowly walk it back to center. Take a few breaths here. And on the next inhale, I want you to slowly come all the way up. Draw the knees in if they're apart. Come onto the balls of your feet and sit back on the heels. And we're going to inhale as we lift the arms up, take the gaze up. And as you exhale, bring the arms down, sweep them behind you and lift the bum up. So reach the arms up. So we're just working into the shoulders, active fingers. And inhale, drop the bum, lift the arms. So just work through a few of these cycles with your own breath. Really breathing into the shoulders. Take one more, all the way up, more all the way down. So let's all meet with the arms behind us and the hips above the knees. Slowly release and take a few shoulder rolls. And both the legs. Nice. Now I want you to reach the hands forward. So just reach the fingers ahead of you. And just slowly start leaning back. So working into the abs. Hold it here and lift. So a few. Deep breathe. Just hold the last one and lift. And I want you to take your hands at the base of the spine. You can untuck the toes if you want to. And we're just going to come into a back bend. When you do your back bend, I want you to really create that space in the ribs. And that helps to encourage us not to pinch in one point. We're lifting the chest, drawing the heart up as well. It's nice, active. Just breathe in for a few moments. Slowly come up. Release the arms. Just shake. We're going to come into our tabletop position. So bring your hands nice and spread out. Wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And we're going to take our cat-cow breath. So as you inhale, tilt the pelvis towards the mat. Draw the belly down towards the ground. Shoulders come in and the gaze goes up. Exhale. Let's reverse that motion. So take your time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just notice how your back is feeling. Just bring your awareness into the body. Really take care of it during the practice. It should feel nice. It should be a good little stretch. Just take a few more. And slowly we'll meet at a neutral spine. Nice. And I want you to come onto the fingertips and just actively press each fingertip into the mat. And release. And we're going to take that right arm out, parallel with the mat, reach the fingers forward. And I want you to take that left leg out to the side. So we're doing a different type of movement. You can come onto the heel of that left foot, and you can take the bum back towards the right foot, lift, and release. So just take a few. Just stretching into the hamstrings as well. Come back to center, release the hand, and bring the knee in. And we're going to take the other side. So the left hand comes out, right foot comes out to the side. Come onto the heel of the right foot, and you can come in towards the bum. So it might be different on this side. Just stretch into it. Take a couple more. And we'll come back, release the hand, bring that knee back in. So just take a couple of breaths here. Just notice how you're feeling. And what I want you to do next is we're going to keep the toes tucked under. We're going to inhale as we lift the knees off slightly. So we're just engaging the core here. And release. And lift. And release. We're going to take one more. Hold it here for a little bit longer. Really use the body, use that strength. Take one more inhale and release. And I want you to slowly come onto the forearms. I want you to check that you're shoulder distance apart. And bring the hands flat onto the mat, or you can keep them together at the center. That's up to you. And I want you to lift the hips up. So you're coming into a forearm dolphin dog. So just check your alignment here. Now you can stay here, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come forward, bring the head over, and come back. So kind of like a dolphin push-up. So you've got this option, or you can have a little go at walking the feet in a little bit towards the head. And you can have a go at lifting one leg off at a time. And just bouncing on the ball of the other foot. Remember to keep the shoulders nice and strong. And we're going to stay here for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop the knees and take yourself back into child's pose. Just take a couple more breaths. And we're going to bring ourselves back into our tabletop position. Tuck the toes under. Inhale as we lift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. So take your time, pedal the feet, bend the knees. And we're going to take 3 lion's breaths here. I want you to inhale as you lift the heels, exhale to lower. 2 more times. Your own breath. Nice. Pressing the hands into the mat. Bring that space into the shoulders. So external rotation of the upper arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to keep the back nice and strong. You're going to take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. And I want you to slowly walk the hands towards the feet. So come into your ragdoll at the back of the mat. And let's just stretch into the hamstrings slightly as well. So just swing it out, shake it out. Remember to bend the knees if you need. And I want you to find your point. So wherever your hands reach, take hold of the feet, the shins, the knees, whatever. And as you inhale, I want you to lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. Just blow through a few more. And when you're ready, just start walking the feet back into downward facing dog. So take your time. Let's just take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale. As you exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana, gaze to the hand, exhale to release. A few shoulder rolls here. And I want you to slowly make your way into mountain pose. So you can keep the feet together or a little bit apart, whatever works for you. Take a look at your feet, lift the toes up, spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. And just have a little bit of the weight more towards the heels, shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. You can close the eyes down or take the gaze softly ahead of you. Feel free to engage the Ujjayi breath. You're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose. Now you can hold plank here, you can drop the knees, or you can release the left hand coming into a side plank. You can stay here, or you can take knee to elbow and release. So you've got lots of options here. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's all meet back in plank pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let's lower it down. Elbows hugging into the body. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. Now you've got the option of staying here or hovering the elbows, so working into the triceps. You're going to take a deep inhale together. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to release. Inhale to rise. Take the gaze up. Exhale to release. Take a few shoulder rolls here. Take a few breaths. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back into your plank pose. Now you've got the option of dropping the knees or lifting the right hand off, coming into your side plank. Remember to keep that left shoulder nice and strong. Option to bring the knee to the elbow. Keep breathing. When you're ready, let's all meet back in plank pose. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Hug the elbows in. Watch the shoulders. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. And you've got the option of working the triceps again, hovering those elbows, your choice. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's stay in the fold just a little bit longer. Breathe into the back of the legs. Bend the knees if you need to. But if you want to work the hamstrings, don't bend them too much. Maybe just lift the chest off slightly. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Feel that length in the body. Exhale to release. Take a few breaths here. We're going to run through 2 more sun salutations. So find your Tadasana. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank pose. Press those hands in, engage the core. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let's lower it down through Chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. I want you to inhale that right leg in the air. Keep a neutral pelvis. Bring the right leg out and in, out and in. One more time and in. I want you to bend the right knee. And I want you to bring the right foot between the hands. Keep the back knee lifted or drop it if you want. We're going to inhale as we sweep up for our low lunge. Just twist it over to the right. Come back through center and let's take it over to the left. Come back to center. I want you to slowly drop that back knee if it's lifted and then bring the bum back towards the heels. You can release the hands at any time. We're working into that front leg now. Let's come forward again for our low lunge. And I want you to slowly release the hands to the mat and walk them to the inside of that right foot. So we're coming into a side lunge, bending into the right knee, lifted off onto the left heel. You can have a little go at releasing the hands if you want to. It's entirely up to you. And I want you to inhale and lift all the way up through center, coming into goddess pose. And I want you to pulse it here. Nice and strong, draw the knees away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it here. Let's hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1, and I want you to fan out into warrior 2, bending into that right knee. So make your adjustments. You don't want the knee to be going over that right foot. You want to be able to see a couple of the big toes. Take the gaze over the right fingers. I'm going to flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Let's come back into warrior 2. Straighten that right knee. I want you to reach forward with the pelvis and the right fingers towards that wall. And let's come into Trikonasana. Left hand goes up, right hand comes down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release the gaze to the mat, and inhale, we come all the way up. Bending into that right knee again. I want you to slowly drop the right elbow, coming into a side angle bend. So release that left arm up and over. Try not to collapse into that right knee. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's take it back to warrior 2. Just a couple more breaths here. And as you exhale, I want you to frame that front foot. I want you to shoot that right leg all the way back. So we're coming into 3-legged dog. You've got the option of stacking the right hip over the left. You've got the option of dropping it back into wild thing. It's your choice. And we're going to meet back in 3-legged dog or downward facing dog. You can flow through a 3-legged vinyasa. And we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 lines breaths there. So just notice how your body's feeling. Notice the hamstrings. Notice the spine, the shoulders. Do you feel any more space? No judgment, just noticing these things. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. All the way, gazing up. Exhale to release. Take a few shoulder rolls. What I'll do is I'll come on the other side of the mat. So we're going to do the other side this time. So find your Tadasana, lift the toes, spread them out. Whatever you need to do. Shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. Inhale to rise. Gaze up. Exhale, release. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, hug them in. Let's open the heart. And downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that left leg in the air this time. Keep a nice neutral pelvis. We're going to bring it out to the left and in. Left and in. One more time, out and in. Let's bend that left knee. And bring the left foot between the hands. Option to drop that back knee. And let's come into our low lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's twist it over to the left. Let's come all the way back to the right. Back to center. And we're just going to drop that back knee and we're going to bring the bum back towards the heel. So we're just working into that front leg. And we're going to come back. So lifting up, bringing that left knee bent, holding it up into our low lunge. And then we're going to slowly bring the hands to the mat. And I want you to walk them to the inside of the left foot this time, coming into your side lunge. So just take your time. It might be different on this side. And if it's different, just have a little play around with it. Just challenge yourself if you want. And what I want you to do from here is lift all the way up into goddess pose. And we're going to pulse it here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1, and hold. Hold it here. Remember to draw those knees away. And let's stay here for 3, 2, 1. Fan it out into warrior 2. So we're bending into that left knee this time. So make your adjustments. Taking the gaze over the left fingertips. Split that front palm. Reverse that warrior. You should feel that stretch down that left side body. Let's come back to warrior 2. Straighten that left leg. Reach forward with the pelvis and the left fingers towards the left side. And we're going to come into Trikonasana on the other side. So take the gaze up or down. It's your choice. Remember to draw those ribs up towards the sky. So you can take your hand and just do that. It's a nice little twist. Okay, one more inhale. Exhale, take the gaze to the mat. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Let's bend that front knee again. Coming into our warrior 2. Drop that left elbow. Nice side angle. Breathe into that right side body. Let's come back, warrior 2. Just a couple of breaths here. And let's fan out and frame that front foot. And I want you to drop that left leg all the way up. Option to stack the hips left over right. Option to drop it back into wild thing. It's your choice. We're going to meet back in downward dog, and if you want, you can run through a three-legged vinyasa. Woo! And we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 line breaths here. You've got this. Keep it nice and strong. Pushing the mat away with the hands. Breathing into the back. I want you to focus that breath on the back of the body for a few moments. Take a deep breath. Inhale, take the gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Check your alignment here. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Gazing all the way up. Exhale to release. Really good work, guys. We've got about 7 minutes to go. So just shake it all out. We're going to just do a couple of standing bits and then we're going to come to the mat. So what I want you to do, I want you to bring the hands to the hips. But just make sure there's nice stability in the hips. I want you to bring that right knee into the chest. Try to keep the hips nice and stable. And what I want you to do, if you can, release the hands out wide. And I want you to twist over to the right. Just take the gaze wherever it's comfortable. And back through center and then just twist it over to the left. Let's come back through center. Bring the hands in front of you. Bring them to prayer at heart center. And slowly release. Just shake it out. I'm going to do the other side. So I want you to bring the hands to the hip. Take that left knee into the chest. Bring the hands out wide. Let's twist it over to the left. Let's come back to center. Twist it over to the right. So don't worry if you fall or wobble out of this. It's a tough pose. Let's come back through center. Bring the hands together. And bring that prayer to heart center. And slowly release. And just shake it out. Nice. And we're going to move to dancer pose next. So what we're going to do, so I'm just going to lift my right foot off first. So do whichever one you want. So press that grounded foot into the mat. Take the other foot off. Bend the knee. Take hold of the foot in the hand. So I'm taking hold of my right foot in the right hand. Find a point of focus. I'm going to bring that left arm forward. Start pressing the foot into that back hand and pivoting forward over the hips. Press, 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 and lift. Remember to increase that space in the ribs. Draw that heart up and forward. When you're ready, slowly come back to center and release. And just shake it out. We're going to work the other side. So press the other foot into the mat, nice and grounded. And bend that left knee. Lift that left foot into the hand. Inhale as you lift and lengthen through the right. So really set yourself up for this pose and start pivoting forward over the hips. Press and lift, press and lift. Remember to bring that space into the chest. We're not just pinching at the back here. Draw the ribs up and out. And when you're ready, slowly come back to center and release and just shake it out. And inhale as we shoot the arms up, fingers to the sky, come onto the tiptoes. Nice big stretch and release. And bring the feet mat distance apart. Bring the hands to heart center. We're going to start slowly coming towards the mat. So we're going to meet in our yogi squat. You can drop the bum at any time, or you can have a little go at crow pose. Remember, the hands spread out nice and wide. Lift off the balls of the feet. Slot the knees in towards the upper arms. And have a little go at shifting the weight forward and lifting the feet up. When you're ready, we're slowly going to bring the bum to the mat. And we're going to bring the feet together. And we're going to come into our butterfly stretch. So lift and lengthen. And exhale as you reach forwards. Keep the spine neutral just for one deep inhale. And exhale to release. Yeah, so we've got about 2 or 3 minutes to go. So just take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, I want you to slowly lift up. Draw the knees in towards each other. Come back onto the forearms. Create that space in the ribs before you come all the way down into your final Shavasana. So just release the legs. Create that space in the armpits especially. Nice. We'll be here for about a minute or so. We're just going to start deepening the breath. Let's slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. Let's rotate the ankles and the wrists in both directions. And draw the legs in towards each other and give yourself a nice big stretch. Just bring the knees in and take a nice little hug and a gentle rock. And when you're ready, just slowly roll out and up into your cross-legged position, keeping the eyes closed and the face off. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. We're going to end today's practice with our 3 clearing breaths. We're going to bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And just thank yourself and be proud of yourself for your practice and your journey and your progress. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in you. Thank you so much for today's practice. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thanks, Shab.
Thank
So,
you.
so we'll be back on Friday this week, yeah?
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, cool. Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Bye.